Hey, 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 financial besties. How you doing? How you been? How you doing? How you been? Give me 1 second. Boom, there we go. You put the topic on the screen. But hey, besties, how you doing? If you are joining me tonight, I appreciate you so much. I have been all over the place and I couldn't remember if I announced it on Facebook. I knew I did it on Instagram. Then I was like, wait a minute, did I announce it on YouTube? I've been all over the place. I have a good reason though. I kept my grandson, my mini me, for 6 whole days. And baby, that little dude wore me out. He wore me out, y'all. I'm supposed to be in another country right now. I'm supposed to be in a whole nother country. But like my girlfriend Amber says, I wasn't able to board the flight. I wasn't able to board the flight. Sister girl is tired and my brain is just scattered all over the place. I'm surprised I'm here, but I'm here. And because it was so hard for me to get here, I really, really appreciate you for being here. But anyway, I will get right into the topic tonight. If you're new to me, hey girl, hey, my name is Malika. I help Black women learn how to invest in the stock market so you can work less or retire early without worrying about money. I am hosting a 3-day investing challenge in June called Your Road to 100K. I had to think about my own challenge, y'all. Look, charge it to my head tonight. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But the 3-day investing challenge is called Your Road to 100K. And guess what? Guess what, y'all? It's sold out. It's sold out in like a little over 2 weeks. I said, my besties ain't playing. My besties ain't playing. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you join the first cohort of the Your Road to 100K Investing Challenge, I look forward to helping you create financial ease in your life. But if you didn't register and you wanted to, I want you to get on my email list because I'm going to share something special with my email list next week. Let me share the link in the comments real quick. So if you are not on the email list, join the email list now. Strongly, strongly recommended. But yes, we sold out in a little over 2 weeks. So congratulations, y'all. All my sisters that are in the challenge. If you are not in the private community, check your email, please. Check your email and follow the instructions to join the private community. I look forward to supporting you. But what are we talking about tonight? What are we talking about? Lately, we've been talking a lot about investing, of course, because I've been talking about the investing challenge that I'm doing next month. And I've noticed after almost every live stream, I receive at least one email, at least one, an email or DM, at least one after every live stream. Someone is asking me, is it too late for me to start investing? They always ask, is it too late for me to start investing? It's either from a Black woman who thinks she has made too many financial mistakes to fix them, so she thinks it's too late. Sometimes it's from a Black woman who thinks she has wasted too much time, so it'll be too hard to catch up. I hear that phrase, I need to catch up, all the time. I heard it the other day, read it the other day in the private community for the investing challenge. I also hear it from Black women who think they're too old to invest. And to all of that, my response is and always will be, It's never too late. It's never too late. I want to make that clear out the gate. But because I get the question so often, I know it's a concern for many of you. So I want to discuss why I say it's never too late. It's never too late for you to start investing in the stock market. I have 3 reasons that I believe if you understood these reasons why, it will motivate your financial journey. It will probably jumpstart it if you haven't already started, especially if you're a Black woman over 40 and you feel financially behind. I really think this will help you. And if you stay until the end of the live stream, I will also share with you how I can help you further if you didn't make it into the investing challenge before it sold out. But for now, let me say hey to my besties. If you're with me live, drop some money babies in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling. And if you're watching the replay, comment replay gang so I'll know you were here. So I will know you were here. Oh, and shout out to my channel members, the besties and the VIP besties. I see y'all. I see you, sis. And I appreciate you so much. For those who don't know, I have 2 levels of channel membership. I use the proceeds from the membership to create a scholarship for Black women who want to learn how to invest. I promise you want to be on my email list. Some things I only share with my email list. And after this live stream, VIP besties, we're going to have our private live stream where I'm going to give you some game on how to invest in one of my favorite growth stocks. The link, look, I told y'all my brain was all over the place. The link, I believe, I put it on the VIP member community tab. I posted a link last week, but I changed it because I'm doing something different. So make sure you check the VIP community tab, and we're going to have our private live stream tonight, right after this one, immediately after this one. So the link that you're going to use for the private live stream will be on the VIP community tab. And if you want to become a VIP member and hang with me in our private live streams, you can tap that join button below this video, and I look forward to seeing you there. I look forward to seeing you there. But let me back up and say hello to my besties in the house. Say hello to my channel members, Dr. Donna, the Art Appraiser. Hey, girl, hey, how you doing? How you been? Let's see. All right, the rest of the crew not in here yet. We'll give them time to come on in here. I know Miss Eileen is usually one of the first to be in here. Deneen Rogers. Hey, Deneen. Deneen, are you in the challenge? I feel like I've seen your name on my list, but you're not in the private community yet. If you're in the challenge, check your email to make sure you can get into the private community. All right. Tanya Brooks. Hey, girl. Hey. Sabine. Am I saying that correctly? Sabine. Hey, girl. Hey. How you doing? How you doing? What's up, Elle? How you doing? Elle up in here greeting everybody. I love it. I love it. Dominique. Hey, girl. Hey. TDD. What's up, sis? Black Women Build Wealth. What's up, sis? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see, Miss Greta King. What's up, Miss Greta King? I just love saying your name. You know I do. And TDD, I see the money bags. I see the money bags, and I love it. And I love it. Let's see real quick for those who may have missed the link to join the email list. You can go to it here at bit.ly/100K investing challenge. Get on the email list. Dominique said, no surprise, it's sold out. Yes. I'm so excited for everyone who joined. I can't wait. Let's see. Hey, Edith, how you doing? When I'm debt free, I'll join in for the investment class. I wouldn't put it off if I were you. I do not commit to doing anything on a repeat basis in the future. Girl, I'm retired. I don't commit to anything. When I get the spirit moves me to do something for you all. I go ahead and jump on it and do it without second thoughts, but I can't promise what I'll do again in the future. Um, and I also am a strong believer in paying off debt and investing at the same time. You want to know why? Because once you're debt free, you're still broke. You paid off your debt. Now what? You're still broke. So pay off that debt and build wealth at the same time. Unless, unless it's really high interest credit card debt, then ignore everything I just said. Ignore everything I just said, if that's the case. Janella, hey girl, hey. How you doing? How you been? How you doing? How you been? Let's see. TDD, you signed up for the investing challenge and waiting on approval for the final chat. TDD. I'm trying to think of your initials. I'll check when I get off the live stream, but my team has been managing the Facebook group, so I'm surprised you haven't been admitted yet. Did you answer all of the membership questions? That's usually what gets people hung up. You have to answer the questions and you have to use the email address that you use when you registered for the challenge. And that's just a security measure to make sure that no one on the internet is posing as you, because these bots out here done got smart, honey. So it's just a security measure to make sure that no one is posing as you. So no one knows the email address you use to register for the challenge but you, right? So answer the questions and provide the email address, and I'm sure you'll be added right away. So double check that for me, TDD. Double check that. I could not link for the Facebook page. So it sounds like we have some tech issues going on. I will get on that myself tomorrow morning. I will check both of you tomorrow morning. If you could email me at moneycoachmalika@gmail.com. Send me an email to remind me to double check both of your issues tomorrow morning, because we need to get you in the group, because we already in there getting to know each other already, weeks before the challenge even begins. So I apologize that you have some difficulties, but we're going to work that out. We're going to fix that right on up. All right. Let's see. Yes, Edith. Yes. Get on the list. Get on the list. I got you, sis. I got you. All right. Let's get into the topic. 3 reasons it's never too late for Black women to invest in the stock market. I'm not going to hold y'all too long tonight because I got to meet with my VIP besties at 8 o'clock. So we're going to make this quick, the 3 reasons. Feel free to ask questions, though, if you have any questions or any feedback about what I'm sharing. I still love the engagement. But the 3 reasons. Number 1, no matter how old you are, no matter how old you are, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how behind you feel, investing in the stock market will help you to create a more secure retirement. It will help you to create a more secure retirement. And let me get into why I say that and why I'm specifically addressing Black women. Now, it's never too late for anyone to invest. Any non-melanated besties that may be watching, I see you because I get your emails too. But these 3 things are specifically for Black women because the issues that I'm going to address are unique to us in our community. While I appreciate my non-melanated financial besties, I always center Black women. So if there's something that a non-Black person can gain from this, learn from this, more power to you too. But this is for my sisters. The first reason, investing creates a more secure retirement. Why do I say that? And why do I say specifically for Black women? It's because as Black women, we spend the majority of our lives prioritizing and taking care of everyone else before ourselves. Am I telling the truth? Am I telling the truth? Yes or yes? Let me know in the comments. We spend the majority of our lives prioritizing and taking care of everyone else before ourselves. So if you are over 40, it is crucial that you start thinking about yourself, centering yourself to secure your own financial dependence. Your own financial independence. Woo! That was a slip I didn't mean to make. Y'all know I didn't mean dependence. I don't want you to depend on nobody. It is crucial that you start thinking about yourself, centering yourself, and securing your own financial independence. Because I hate to break it to you. If you somebody mama, if you somebody grandmama, your children are not your retirement plan. They have their own children. If they don't yet, they will soon. They have their own debt. If they've been to college, I reassure you they do. If they're going to buy a house, they will. If they're going to buy a car, they will. They have their own bills and their own financial obligations. They're not going to have the financial means to take care of you too. Now you might say, oh, I'll have Social Security. That's true. According to the reports, they have enough money to pay out Social Security until 2035. So if you're retiring before 2035 and you think you might kick the bucket before then, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. But if not, is Social Security going to be enough? And if it is enough, it's enough for you to survive. But aren't you tired of just surviving? Don't you want to thrive during your golden years? You've been surviving your whole life. Don't you want to thrive during your golden years? If you do, investing is the most powerful way to create money without labor, to make sure, number one, you won't be a financial burden to your children. And number two, you want to avoid financial stress later on in life. Life already be life and now. But at least you're able, mentally and physically able to work and kind of get through the hard parts of life. But when you're retired and you're not physically able to work and life start life, and what you're going to do? So investing will help alleviate those two major concerns. You won't be a burden to your children. They're not going to tell you you're a burden. But if they have their own family, their own debt, their own bills, their own financial obligations, you are. And you can relieve the financial stress later on. So I share this first one because I want you to think about your future self. I want you to think about your future self. Even if you say, I don't have a lot to invest. If you have a lot to do all the other things that you want to do in life, think about your future self when you're deciding, do I have a little bit that I can invest to? Because the financial decisions you make today, it can create a more comfortable retirement later. All right. Any questions about reason number one? Reason number one, it's never too late to start investing. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you have any thoughts or any feedback of what I just shared, drop them in the comments. If I offended you, I meant it. So I'm not going to apologize, but I meant it with love. I meant it with love. Don't be a burden to your children. All right. The second reason, told y'all we were going to run through these. The second reason, investing allows you to build wealth at any age. Investing allows you to build wealth at any age, whether you're 40, 50, 60, or 70. And the reason why I say at any age, and it's never too late, because as long as you are alive, you need money. As long as you're living, you will always need money. As long as you're breathing, you will always need money. So no matter how old you are, you're going to wish you started investing today because you're going to need that extra money later. So start building wealth. Start investing in the stock market, not just for retirement. It's just simply because you're alive and you need money. Who don't need money? We all need different amounts of money, depending on our lifestyle, where we choose to live, our quality of life, our standard of living. But we all need some money, right? Regardless of our age. I know many people think that you're supposed to start investing in your 20s and 30s. And if you didn't, you missed the boat. While starting early can help you compound faster. So starting early is a good thing. But if you didn't start back then, you can't reverse the hands of time. But it also doesn't mean you missed the boat. Starting early is better. But if you start now, whatever age you are, you can still benefit from the power of compound interest. They call it the eighth wonder of the world because compound interest is so beautiful. It's beautiful. Even if you invest only a small amount, if you invest that small amount consistently, it will grow over time and make a big difference. I don't care if you only invest $100 a month. If you invest it consistently and you're age 50 and you invest it consistently for the next 10 years, you mean to tell me you won't need that extra money when you turn 70? So the amount, it matters, but it doesn't mean if you don't have a lot that there's no reason for you to invest. There is. The age you start, it matters, but that doesn't mean if you're older, it's too late for you now. It's not. You still can take advantage of compounding interest. I don't know about you, but any money that I don't have to work for, I think it's great. If I ain't got to work for it, let me have it. I don't care if it's just another $1,000. I ain't have to go to work for it. I ain't have to punch nobody's clock. I didn't have to sit at nobody's computer. I didn't have to go into nobody's office. $1,000 that compounded from me simply pushing a few buttons. Let me have it. I want it. And one thing I can tell you for sure, your money will grow a lot faster in the stock market than it will sitting in a savings account. Your money will grow a lot faster in the stock market than it will sitting in a savings account. You want to know why? Because there's this little sneaky thing that's been infiltrating our economy right now. And it's causing things to be a little tight. It's causing things to be a little difficult. It's what people really refer to when they say life is lifing right now. It's why so many people think the economy is in shambles. Things are so hard. It starts with the I. It's a little word that starts with the I, but it causes a lot of pain. Anybody know what that word is? Anybody know what that word is? Inflation. If you have your money sitting in a savings account, it's not keeping up with inflation. I see you, Aisha. Yes. If you have your money sitting in a savings account, I see you, Sabine. Yes. It's not keeping up with inflation. So if you don't start investing now, regardless of your age, if you are blessed to live another 5 years, 10 years, prices are going to be even higher. Could you not use another $1,000 that you didn't have to work for? And not to mention, women live longer. So even if you're married and you got a two-income household or a two Social Security household, women statistically live longer than men. So you're going to go down to one source of income eventually. Cash cannot keep up with inflation. You need to be investing in the stock market. And I'll share one more thing about this number two. If you're over 50, you're actually at an advantage over those of us who are under 50. Because if you're still contributing to retirement accounts, if you're still employed and you have access to a 401k, or if you're no longer employed and you have some other source of income, so that gives you access to an IRA, there's this thing called catch-up contributions, and this only available if you're 50 and over. So if you're under 50, you can only contribute $23,000 to your 401k. But if you're over 50, the government gives you some extra cushion to catch up, and you can contribute an extra $7,000 with your Roth IRA or your traditional IRA, whichever one you choose. We can only contribute, $7,000 for the year? But if you're 50 and over, the government gives you that cushion. The IRS gives you that cushion. You can contribute a catch-up of an extra $1,000. So you have that advantage available to you just by simply being 50 and over. Because even the IRS knows that you're going to need more money if you didn't start when you were in your 20s and your 30s. Right? So take advantage of the stock market and take advantage of that beautiful thing called compounding interest so you can beat inflation. Because regardless of your age, you're always going to need money. Any questions, thoughts, comments, critique about reason number two? I saw a question. Question: if you continue to invest past 50 years old, what is best time to use the money? You use your money when you need it. You use your money when you need it. So if we're talking about a retirement account, your 401k, your Roth IRA, after age 59 and a half, you can access the money whenever you want, whenever you need it. There is no best time in terms of a generalized answer, right? It depends on your needs and your personal circumstances, right? If you are contributing to a traditional 401k or traditional IRA, let's say you don't need it, so you don't withdraw the money. Those two accounts have a requirement that's called RMDs. What does RMD stand for? Hold on, let me double check. Minimum distribution, required minimum distribution. RMD. I think I just want to double check on 401k. So if you're contributing to an account like a traditional 401k or traditional IRA, meaning that you didn't pay taxes on the money when you put it in. If you turn 59 and a half and you don't need the money so you don't withdraw it, when you turn age 72, yes, RMDs was raised to 73. When you turn age 73, the government will start requiring you to make withdrawals because they want their tax money. They want their tax money. So you will be mandated to start making withdrawals at age 73 out of your traditional 401k and your traditional IRA. Now, I'm emphasizing traditional because RMDs do not apply to your Roth accounts. Your Roth are those accounts where you contributed money after taxes, right? So the government already got the tax money. Uncle Sam already been paid, so he don't care about that. But the accounts where Uncle Sam ain't getting nothing yet, Uncle Sam want his cut. So he like, you ain't gonna sit on this money forever, bro. Sis, you ain't gonna sit on this money forever. So at age 73, they will start making you take withdrawals. But other than that, after age 59 and a half for retirement accounts, you start taking withdrawals whenever you need it. I can't give you a specific answer without knowing your specific circumstances. Um, yeah, let me look. There are other comments. I see you, Elle. You've been doing catch up. Yes, you did just tell your age. Okay, I'm gonna drop that comment real quick. So won't nobody see that. Won't nobody see that. Yes, I saw it, Elle. I looked it up. Thank you. Required minimum distribution. I just use the acronyms so much. I forget what the acronyms stand for. But RMDs. After age 73, the government gonna start making you take the distribution. But other than that, you withdraw the money as you need it. If it's in a non-retirement account, you definitely can withdraw the money as you need it, right? It's all about strategy. It's all about strategy and planning, right? Yes, Greta, the stock market is your friend. It helps you to create those money babies without labor. You ain't got to go into labor for those money babies. That tickles me. All right, number three. Oh, we're getting through this a lot faster than I expected. Number three, and this is really why I am emphasizing Black women. I really want to talk to you like my sister, whether you're my big sister, my youngest sister, my aunties, if you're really seasoned, my aunties up in here. This last one is really important. Every time I read a statistic about the gender and race wealth gap, it stops me in my tracks. The reason number three, while it's never, ever too late to start investing in the stock market, is because it will help you to close the gender and racial wealth gap. In addition, it will also help you leave a legacy so that we're not passing on more financial trauma to our children and our grandchildren. So we're not passing on more poverty to our children and our grandchildren. Black women, we experience the most profound wealth gap because we face two disparities. We have the gender disparity and the racial disparity. Just a few really quick financial stats on us. For every $1 of wealth in a white household, Black households own 13 cents. This is the most recent study I was able to find from 2022. To make it worse, I'm talking about Black households. That first one is about Black households. Let's narrow that down even more. For every $1 of wealth owned by a single white man, single Black women own 9 cents. For every $1 of wealth owned by a single white man, single Black women own 9 cents to his $1. When I read stats like that, it reminds me of why I feel called to do what I do. It makes me grateful for the exposure that I've had, the people I've met, the people that have helped me along the way. None of it was a coincidence. All of that, I believe in my heart of hearts, was designed by God and part of his plan for my life and the way he chose to use me. It gives me mixed emotions. First, it makes me sad because I understand the systemic oppression that we deal with on a daily basis that leads to that 9 cents for every $1. But then it makes me angry. It makes me angry. And then that anger turns to motivation and it pumps me up even more to continue doing what I do. I don't know if y'all know my story, but y'all remember when I told you about how that white woman in the welfare office made me feel like I was this small. And how initially she hurt my feelings and I was crying. And then those tears turned to anger. And that's what led to the domino effect that created the life I live today. That's what this stat does for me. Every $1 of wealth a single white man has, single Black women has 9 cents. 9 cents. What are we doing with 9 cents? Another stat says white children are 3 times more likely than Black children to have received an inheritance because Black women don't have any wealth to pass down. Sisters, aunties, when you hear that stat, how does it make you feel? How do those stats make you feel? I hope they make you angry. I hope they make you angry because we know that the gender and racial wealth gaps are due to a long, long history of discrimination. We know it. That discrimination and that oppression, it limits our wealth. And the gap is getting wider. I remember reading a stat like this a couple of years ago, and I think we had 12 cents for every $1. Now we only have 9. So that means the gap is getting wider. But when I say my anger turns into motivation, it's because I know for a fact I am living proof that the stock market is the only system in the United States of America that cannot discriminate against you. It's the only system that exists that cannot discriminate against you. So regardless of your age, sis, auntie, I want you to take whatever you feeling when you hear those stats and channel that into motivation to snatch your reparations from the stock market. The system is there. There's a whole lot of money in that motherfucker. It is there for you to snatch what is rightfully yours, regardless of your age. All you got to do is go get it. All you got to do is make the decision. I'm going to take back what's mine, because they're not going to give it to you. They don't care anything about us. It's the only system that cannot discriminate. Go and take your reparations. Take them, snatch them. It's yours. And when I think about what's possible by investing in terms of closing the wealth gap, it can be years and years, hundreds and hundreds of years before we completely close it. And there's no one of us individually that has the power to close it. But our individual actions can contribute to closing it. And I'll give you some examples. Food for thought. When you think about investing, not only do I want you to think about what investing can do for you. Remember, in reason number 1, it can create a more secure retirement for you. When you think about reason number 2, you can build wealth at any age, because as long as you are living, you will need money. But investing can also benefit the people who come after you. It can help you narrow the wealth gap, at least in your family. It can help you leave a lasting impact on your family. I don't care if you're 70 years old and you just start investing and you're only able to create, let's say, $1,000. That's $1,000 that you can leave to your grandchild, your great-grandchild, your great-great-grandchild. And if they continue investing it, then that compound interest will compound for them. But even if they don't invest it, even if they take it and they spend it because they need it, that's $1,000 that they didn't have to stress about. Do you know the majority of Americans, according to statistics again, the majority of Americans, and this is now all of us, don't have the money to take care of a $1,000 emergency? So imagine what your $1,000 that you leave behind. You don't have to leave boatloads of money. You don't have to have millions of dollars to leave something behind. Even $1,000 could help a college student in your family. Even $1,000 could help that new mother in your family to buy a crib, to buy baby furniture for the nursery, something that she probably didn't get from the baby shower. And she will cherish it so much more because she knows that the money came from her grandmother or her great-grandmother. When you invest, it can have a lasting impact on your family. I'll give you more examples to think about. Imagine being able to pay for your grandchildren's education so they won't have to take out so many student loans. How free would you feel right now if you didn't have the burden of student loans? Or if your student loans weren't paid off or weren't forgiven yet? How free would you feel if you were able to graduate from college with no debt? When you invest, you can do that. for your future generation. Imagine being able to help one of your grandchildren buy their first home. How much easier would it have been for you when you bought your first home if you had help with the down payment? Or if you're not a homeowner yet, how easy would it be for you to buy your first home that you wish you had if you had help from someone that came before you? And the last one, and this is what I often think about when I consider my why, because I've already invested enough for me. Now, what I do is for the generation that comes behind me. That little boy that I had for 6 days that wore me out. What I do now, I do it for him and any future children my daughter may have. Imagine leaving a financial gift that's not earmarked for anything in specific, anything particular, anything specific. But imagine leaving a financial gift for the next generation to just simply get a head start in life. A lot of us here, probably, as the saying goes, we started from the bottom, we got it out the mud. Is that how the phrase go? But our children and our grandchildren don't have to start from the bottom. If you start investing, they don't have to get it out the mud. Imagine how much relief you would have right now if you work a stressful job that you hate and you wish you could quit, but you can't because you need the money. Imagine having a grandmother or a great grandmother that left you an inheritance. And because you have that inheritance, you know you don't have to work at any job that impacts your mental health. You know you don't have to stay anywhere that stresses you out because you don't have to worry about money because your grandmother, your great grandmother looked out for you. So even if you're starting late or you feel like you're behind or you feel like you're too old, your investments can provide opportunities and stability that extend far beyond your lifetime. Far beyond your lifetime. And there are ways to preserve your wealth and to set it up so that the people that come behind you don't squander all of your hard work. You can even control your wealth long after you're gone. There are ways to do that as you're setting up your estate plan. Right? So as one of my mentors say, the thought that comes to mind, his voice is always in my mind. He says, you may not come from a wealthy family, but a wealthy family can come from you. With that, ladies, with that, sis, those are my 3 main reasons why it's never too late for Black women to invest. Quick recap. Number 1, to secure your own financial independence. Your children are not your retirement plan. Don't be a burden to them babies. Number 2, no matter your age, you will always need money. Until the day you die, you will always need money. And number 3, which I think is the most important, is to help close the wealth gap in your family. You don't have to worry about the whole country, our whole community. You can start by just thinking about your family. Close the wealth gap and leave a legacy. So even if you are in your 70s and you may think it's too late for you to reap the benefits of investing for yourself, you can still think about the generation that's behind you. So if this video was helpful, I want you to hit the like button. Hit that like button and share it with other Black women who think it's too late to start investing, because it's not. I'm going to read some of your comments, see if you had any questions for me. Dominique said, we work more than any other single group. Yeah, Black women work hard. Yes, ma'am. Black women work hard. It's criminal. Yes. That stat, I had to sit with it for a minute. I was like, this can't be right. This can't be right. It's gotten bigger. It used to be 12 cents. It's now 9. For every $1 a single man has. So we're not talking about a household or a couple. Every $1 a single man has, Black women, has 9 cents. Yes, L pisses you off. Exactly. It mainly pisses me off because I know that the majority reason for that is systemic racism and oppression, and has caused a domino effect throughout the generations. So I want y'all to know that the stock market is the only system that cannot discriminate. It's natural reparations. Get them. It's yours. Get them. Where are you placing the Black man in the wealth gap and passing down an inheritance to children? I don't care about Black men. This channel is centering Black women. Centering Black women. Sashana, can't help thinking how differently my life would be if my parents were able to provide a life like that for me and my siblings. And I say this without blame because they did their best. I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, our parents did the very best that they could with what they had. I think all parents would like for the next generation to do a little better than what they did, right? So you could leave a legacy for your children, or if you don't have children, your nieces and your nephews. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like I said, $1,000 can go a long way. I remember when I was first starting out, I could really use $1,000. I ran up my first credit card because not that I was spending frivolously, I was buying things I needed and I just didn't have the money. That's when my my credit took a nosedive because I didn't have the money. So I was using credit cards and then I couldn't afford to pay the credit cards off. Imagine if there was someone in my family that had the forethought that said, for my niece, for my granddaughter, I want to be able to leave her this, even if it was just $1,000. That $1,000 would have been a lifesaver in certain parts of my life. So yes, it would make a big difference. It would make a big difference. Your grandbaby. Yes, I think so too. Thank God. I thank God. Yes. Get them reparations. Get them. And I mean that, because when I'm investing and I'm seeing my portfolio grow due to no labor, no work of my own, even though I'm an entrepreneur and I do this because I love it, I didn't have to set up my laptop to coach nobody. I didn't have to punch a clock and go to nobody's office. I didn't have to wake up and sit at a desk. I just woke up and logged into my account, and more money was there today than it was yesterday. Get your reparations. It's yours. It's yours. You're welcome, Miss Gail. You're welcome, Tanya. You're welcome. If you want to learn how to invest, like I said, the investing challenge has sold out, but I invite you to still join the email list. I want to share a little more about the investing challenge. I think I have about 5 or 10 minutes before I have to meet with my VIP members. I want to share a little more about the investing challenge, just in case you're thinking about it and you're trying to decide if it's right for you. Um, it was created for beginners. It was created for beginner investors. I also welcome current investors where you're in the market, but you don't really understand how the market works. But it's primarily designed for beginner investors that know absolutely nothing about the stock market. Right? It's for 3 days. I will coach live. There are no pre recorded videos, there are no pre recorded anything. I am showing up, I'm coaching live. After each live coaching session, there will be time for Q&A at the end. And also you can feel free to ask Q&A too as I'm teaching as well. While I'm teaching, I will be giving practical advice and doing demos to not only tell you how to navigate the stock market, I'm going to show you how to do it. You will receive expert guidance. I've been an investor for over 20 years. This will be my 23rd year as an investor. So I will show you how to build a diversified investment portfolio. And it's the most important part that I think a lot of new investors miss. So this is why I say current investors that don't really understand, you're welcome to. I will teach you how to build a diversified portfolio and manage risk. And manage risk. You will be part of a supportive community. We have a private community. Be part of a supportive community of like minded women, like minded Black women who are on the same financial journey as you. And if you have to miss a session, I prefer that you be live. I'm live. I prefer that you be live so you can get the most out of the challenge. But life be lifing. I understand. You have obligations that existed long before Malika came along. Every session will be recorded and available to you to watch at your convenience. For the June cohort, and the June cohort only, the one I'm doing next month, I'm going to demo everything from my personal brokerage account, and I'm going to build a new portfolio with you. Right? After those 3 days are over, we can talk later. I'll probably share some information, maybe the last day, on how we can continue working together if you want to continue building our portfolio together. I've also added bonus content, and this is also just for the June cohort. I've added bonus content to show you how to invest in one of my favorite stocks that has grown almost 3,000% in the past 5 years. We're going to talk about that in the investing challenge as well. And you will also have the option for a bonus hour of private coaching with me after the challenge to discuss your portfolio. My goal by the end of the challenge, I want you to have the knowledge and the skills to build your own investment portfolio up to at least 100,000. Right? So if you want to create your legacy and help to close that wealth gap, I want you to get on the investing challenge email list. I have something special that's coming and it's limited. So I will announce it to my email list first. I'm going to drop that link in the comments one more time. I'll put it on the screen. So if you're interested in the investing challenge, get on the email list. So if you have any questions about the challenge, in addition to what I have already shared, feel free to drop them in the comments. And I will take a minute or two to answer those really quickly. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Ooh, my parents were of the silent generation. I've never heard of that phrase before, silent generation. When I read about that generation, I now understand they did what they could. What was a silent generation, Greta? I haven't heard that phrase before. Yes, Denise. Excited. I'm excited too. We need to get you in the private community. I'm going to work on that first thing in the morning. Don't forget to send me an email. All right. TDD, thank you for helping me get what's mine. At 65, I'm looking forward to the investing challenge. I just checked. I am. So you are in there. Okay. Good. I'm glad you're in there. All right. I had silent generation. Another mention of silent generation. I've never heard that term. A silent generation parent and a baby boomer parent. Very different when dealing with money. Silent generation parent can squeeze a dollar until it hollers. Is a silent generation like near the Great Depression or something? I've never heard that term. I feel like I've been missing out. It's before the boomer generation. Okay. My parents are boomers. In fact, I use that a lot when I'm referring to them. I call them, "Are you boomer?" You're welcome, Dominique. You're very welcome. All right. I don't see any other. Thank you, Elle. People born between 1928 and 45. Okay. So near the Great Depression. Okay. Okay. Actually, no. That was during the Renaissance. Wait. What was the crash? The Great Crash? The crash was 1930s? The Great Depression? The stock market crash that happened after the Renaissance period? Yeah, great. Yeah, 1929. Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, the Great Depression was in that period. Okay, the Wall Street crash was in 1929. All right. Yeah, my great grandmother was of that generation. And yeah, actually, she was very good with money. She was very frugal. Look, let me go. I can't chat with y'all like I usually do. I gotta go. The VIP besties are waiting for me. So I'm gonna wrap up here. But sign up for the investing challenge email list. And until next time, continue learning and continue investing so you can work less or retire early without worrying about money. On that note, bye for now.